Well, Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins was one of the speakers at this year's 98th annual convention for FFA. During her appearance at the convention, the secretary got an unexpected surprise.
As a kid from a small town that grew up with a single mom and didn't really know what my path was going to be, to come through the FFA program, my ag teacher is here. I didn't even know he was going to be here, so I'm a little weepy right now. But Gary Rosenbush, my ag teacher, is over leaning against the wall. Oh my goodness. Forgive me to the press for being a little less businesslike than I probably should be.
This was her first appearance at the National FFA Convention since Rollins was a student member.
35 years later, to be here with those tens of thousands of future farmers and future leaders that were there, with all the amazing ag teachers, the life-changing work that those ag teachers do, to stand on the stage as the 33rd Secretary of Agriculture, something that was never part of my plan. I couldn't be more grateful for this opportunity.
The new World Screwworm and ongoing talks with Mexico on how best to eliminate it were key topics during the press conference.
So I think it's no surprise to everyone in the audience that we are facing a potential crisis with our animal livestock industry with the screwworm. But the screwworm, after devastating the American livestock industry in the 1950s and 1960s, took more than a decade to get back out in front of it. We thought it had been eradicated, had moved all the way back down into South America, and has slowly been creeping up.
Parasites still getting closer to the Texas border, which will stay closed to Mexican cattle imports.
Just a few weeks ago, we had one that was identified 70 miles from the Texas border. So we obviously take this incredibly seriously. We released a 5-point plan. I've been down to the border now, announcing a new sterile fly facility. So we will continue the conversations. We are not there yet. Obviously, Mexico, there's about 250,000 head of cattle waiting to move over. But I am not convinced yet that we have this under control.
Once again, that's Ag Secretary Brooke Rollins. Now, coming up later today, the USDA Secretary is scheduled to meet with Mexican President to talk screwworms and feeder cattle. For more information, you can go to OklahomaFarmReport.com.